You think you make your own choices. Every day, you walk into a store, you pick a product, you pay, and you leave. And you feel completely in control. But what if I told you that almost every choice you make was decided before you even walked in? Today, we are going to talk about something that billion-dollar companies use every single day. On you, on me, on all of us. And most people never even notice it. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at a price tag the same way again. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you walk into a cafe, you look at the menu, a small coffee costs $2, a large coffee costs $5. Now you pause. Which one is really worth it? The small feels cheap, but maybe too little. The large feels expensive, maybe too much. You hesitate, and that's exactly where the trick begins. Suddenly a third option appears, a medium coffee for $4.50. Now something strange happens. The large coffee suddenly feels like a great deal. Just 50 cents more, and you get so much more. So you choose the large, and you feel smart about it. But what if I told you that medium option was never meant to be chosen? It was placed there deliberately, not to be sold, but to make the large look like a bargain. This trick has a name. Psychologists call it the decoy effect. The decoy effect was first discovered in the 1980s by a researcher named Joel Huber. He noticed something very unusual. When companies added a third option that was clearly worse than one of the other two, people's choices completely changed. Not because the product changed, but because their perception changed. And perception is everything. Your brain does not judge things on their own. It always compares. Always. And whoever controls what you compare. Now let's go deeper, because this is just the beginning. Have you ever been to a cinema? You walk up to the counter. Small popcorn, $3. Large popcorn, $7. You think $7 is too much, so you go for the small. But then the cashier says, "We also have a medium for $6.50. Suddenly, the large, for just 50 cents more, feels like an incredible deal. And you upgrade. You spend $7 when you originally wanted to spend $3. That medium popcorn was the decoy placed there perfectly to push you toward the large. And it worked without you even realizing it. Now think about this. When was the last time you bought something and felt really good about it? That feeling of getting a deal, of being smart, of choosing wisely, that feeling was engineered by someone sitting in a boardroom, studying your psychology, planning your decision before you even knew you needed that product. Does that make you uncomfortable? It should, because it happens every single day. Let's talk about another trick. This one is called anchoring, and it is perhaps the most powerful psychological weapon in marketing. Here's how it works. You walk into a clothing store, you see a jacket. The price tag says $500. Your brain immediately thinks, that is expensive. But then, right next to it, another jacket. Original price, $1,000. Now on sale for $500. Suddenly, that $500 jacket feels like a steal. Nothing changed. The jacket is still $500, but your brain anchored to that $1,000 number made $500 feel cheap. That first number, that $1,000 price, was the anchor dropped into your mind to make everything after it feel like a bargain. And anchoring is everywhere. On every website, on every sale banner, on every price tag that shows a crossed out number. Crossed out 200. Now only 99. Your brain does not think, why was it 200? Is it really worth 99? Your brain only thinks, I am saving 101. I am winning. But are you really winning? Or are you buying something you never needed? Because someone made you feel like you were getting a deal. There is another trick that is so subtle. Most people laugh when they first hear it, but then they go quiet because they realize it has happened to them hundreds of times. It is called charm pricing. You know those prices that end in 999, $9.99, $199.99. Have you ever wondered why? Why not just say $10? Why not say $20? The answer is simple and disturbing. Your brain reads numbers from left to right. The first digit creates the impression. $9.99, your brain registers 9, not 10. Even though the difference is just 1 cent. 1 single cent changes how expensive something feels, and companies have known this for over 100 years. 1 cent. Billions of dollars in extra sales. Now let's talk about scarcity. Have you ever seen a website that says only 3 left in stock, or offer ends in 2 hours, with a countdown timer ticking down every second, creating panic, creating urgency, making you feel, if I don't buy now, I will lose this forever? This is called the scarcity principle, discovered by psychologist Robert Cialdini. The rarer something appears, the more we want it, the more we value it, and the faster we act, without thinking, without questioning, without asking, do I actually need this? That countdown timer is not there to inform you. It is there to stop you from thinking. Because a thinking customer is a dangerous customer. And then there is social proof. You are browsing online. You see 2 products. Both look the same. Both cost the same. But one has 4.8 stars and 12,000 reviews. The other has 4.7 stars and 200 reviews. Which one do you choose? The first one, obviously. But why? You don't know those 12,000 people. You don't know if they are real. You don't know if their experience matches yours. But your brain says 12,000 people cannot be wrong. This is called herd mentality. We are wired as humans to follow the crowd, because for thousands of years, following the group meant survival. And today, that same ancient instinct is being used to sell you things. So let's bring it all together. The decoy effect, anchoring, charm pricing, scarcity, social proof. These are not random tricks. They are a system, a carefully designed, deeply researched system, built to work with your psychology, not against it, with it, using the way your brain naturally works, against your own best interests. But here's the good news. Now you know, and knowledge is the only defense. Next time you see a crossed out price, ask yourself, was it ever really that price? Next time you see only 2 left, ask yourself, is this real scarcity or manufactured panic? Next time you feel like you are getting a deal, pause, take a breath, and ask, do I actually need this, or was I just manipulated into wanting it? Because the most powerful thing a human being can do is make a truly free choice. Not a choice engineered by a boardroom, not a choice triggered by a countdown timer, not a choice anchored by a fake original price, a real choice, your choice. And now, for the first time, you have the tools to make one. If this video made you think, share it with someone who needs to see it, because awareness is the first step to freedom.